You already know what it is, man. Ready, Set, Radio, Live 105, Bootleg Kev. We got Adrian the Intern in the building with, in my opinion, currently the best hip-hop group in the world, Run the Jewels, Killer Mike and LP.
Yeah, it's fierce competition out there, though, man. We got groups I like. And so
who do you like right now?
Who do I love? As I got a two-tier system for groups. Okay. I got duos, and then I got groups with.
I agree, because
amongst groups right now we love and listen to, Ray Sherman, definitely mess with.
Migos is a hard body.
Hard, you know what I mean? So we're happy to be in the talk of great groups.
Culture is fire
right now.
Yeah, shout out to Migos. Mike, you've always kind of like, obviously you're from Atlanta. You started off with Outkast, everybody knows. But like being from that part of the Atlanta culture that necessarily isn't making the trap music. I always have this discussion with Ritz, who's obviously another dope guy from Atlanta. Yeah. But it's like a little bit harder to break out of that Atlanta scene if you're not breaking your records in the strip club. Now, obviously now things have kind of caught on like wildfire with Run the Jewels, but when you were doing the Pledge Allegiance to the Grind stuff and really grinding in Atlanta independently, was that something that you felt was like hard to like get, break through? You know what I'm saying?
I just learned from old people, you got to love who love you. So I have a very strong following in Atlanta. I have a strong following in other pop-up regional places, whether it was DC, Chicago, LA, Detroit, you know. So I got a chance to travel. Like in terms of me making trap music, I make trap music. You want to hear me rap over some trap shit? I'm on some shit with I'm on some shit with SL Jones right now called Pots and Pans, brand new single, lighting the internet up. So, but for me, I like making. I like making the type of music we make, so it's good that this audience is everywhere. We just sold out Tabernacle in Atlanta, 3,000 people.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so I think the audience is there. I just think you just get off your butt and work for it.
Straight up. Now, LP, obviously you've had like so many stages of your career. I mean, you're part founder of one of the most successful independent hip hop labels of all time. Shout out to Def Jux. Shout out to Mr. Liff, one of my favorite rappers from when I was a kid.
Shout out to Liff.
And obviously Company Flow had its independent success. What's different though? Each of y'all had your own route here, but this has to feel different. What feels different about what's going on with Run the Jewels right now?
I mean, be honest with you, as long as I've been, been doing this in as many different phases that I've gone through and sort of wrote it out and had a lot of different types of success with different stuff. This is the biggest thing I've ever been a part of. Just straight up. Like, I don't think me and Mike have personally been involved in something that's been like this. It's crazy to. As long as I've been doing it, I've seen things almost be on the verge of the big. I've always been very lucky. I've always been successful in the sense that I always had a strong following. Like we always made a living. We always had a strong group of people who were listening to what we did, who came to the shows, who supported us, and it's been amazing. But you always heard of. There was always this the mythological next level.
Like, where's this next level?
Where the venue has to get bigger. You know what I mean? Where you have to bring more people on to make the whole operation work. Where all of a sudden flying in business class makes sense.
Late night talk shows, the video game.
It's very thrilling. Look, me and Mike were happy doing what we were doing. When we met, we both had like strong, bases that we had worked really hard for, and we were happy with it. Combined, those two bases made for a solid base for a group that we could do whatever we wanted to do in terms of just having a healthy career, making the records that we wanted to make. So it going somewhere bigger than that is just, it's a surprise, and it's something that we're really sort of amazed by. But we were cool with being where we were, So it's like we're already. Everything is a bonus round right now with Run the Jewels. Everything is like is a pleasant surprise. Everything is kind of overtime, and for us, we already kind of were who we already are. Who we are. This isn't happening when we're 21, so we're not freaking out. We're not losing our who we are. We're not. It's a pleasure to see it happen. You know what I mean? Because you want to be in front of as many people as possible. It's
100%. That's why you do it. Yeah. Mike, what about you? Obviously, you've had a lot of success, but you were also with Outkast and you saw that success from
Yeah,
the sideline. That's crazy, right? But you know, how do you feel about what's going on? You guys are, you know, playable characters in one of the biggest games ever.
It's like surreal. It's like you get drafted to a team that goes to the Super Bowl, but you might play a marginal role, like you get play. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the same as going to a team that no one expected anything from and turning the franchise around. Like essentially, we went to an expansion team and we were Super Bowl champions, back to back to back.
That's real.
You know, and
good luck, by the way.
Absolutely.
18 years.
Yeah. For the Falcons.
Go Falcons.
Beat the Cheaters, please.
I'm not even a sports fan, and I'm rooting for the Falcons.
The Run the Jewels being #1 in hip hop R&B on the Billboard and fucking Falcons winning in 1 year would just make my year.
It would be the best year ever.
Yeah, it might.
When did you find out? You get a phone call. What was your reaction when they told you got the #1 album?
I got a what's crazy is my I knew last week we came in at 35 because my drug dealer best friend hit me. He has Billboard on his phone. And then we got a text from management that it was happening. And I was like, wow, but it still didn't hit me until I saw it go up the week up. When it went up the week up, I was overwhelmed. And you know, you started to look at the crowds and realize like, wow, this is real.
What was the reasoning behind surprising us with the album when y'all did? Because was it Christmas, right?
Christmas.
I remember it was Christmas.
You deserve Christmas.
I was in the car. I was like, "Oh shit!"
You were a good boy.
Yeah, exactly. You deserve Christmas.
Life is good.
And 2016 been pretty shitty. Everybody,
clear.
You know what I mean? Like, what can we do to make it cool?
Everybody's dying.
That's what we got. You know what I mean?
Here's a good album.
Literally everybody was a good person.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Compared to what the year did.
Exactly. Here you go.
No, but really it was that we knew that we had the tour coming.
Yeah.
And we were looking at when we were dropping it, and we were like, well, we're scheduled to drop the album like 3 days after the tour starts.
Yeah.
Or like technically originally.
Exactly.
And we were like, you know, we couldn't figure out what we were waiting for. We just couldn't figure it out. We were like, wait,
just wait.
Like what? We're putting the record out ourselves. There's no label or anything. Just FYI. This is like just our operation.
And this is the first time that because were you guys on Mass Appeal before?
Mass Appeal last time, Fool's Gold before that,
right,
and we're still doing Mass Appeal with the film side. We're doing some cool shit.
So currently it's 100%
us.
That's
you're looking at.
That's
the
fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Does this hurt? Yo, that's a
show them to watch.
Yeah, except it's right now. So this is the one version that actually takes a battery.
Oh, it is
the one that's from 1982. It's my favorite version, and it just died.
Beautiful.
My dude's got 17.5 on his neck right now.
Yeah, he's 36 now.
That's not fool. It's 30. It is 2017.
I want a little bit more modest. I'm waiting.
Oh,
I'm actually getting
about prices later.
Okay. If y'all need anything out here, I got you.
I can't wait to embarrass you because I'm getting a full-size baby monkey.
Just the whole.
Fresh Montana.
Yo, like, at what point? I always, you know, obviously, like Full Retard and Butane, or like to me the first real Run the Jewels records.
Yeah. No. It's Butane and Tougher, Colder, Killer.
That's right. Yeah. But rap music to me was such an important like. Rap music is a classic.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And it's really what kicked off this dope, beautiful relationship. But when, I mean, did you guys realize, like, you know what? Were you guys just working and you guys had the records done and you decided we'll just put this out as a group, or did you guys make a conscious effort to say, yo, let's do some shit?
No. But you mean the Run the Jewels thing?
Yeah, the Run the Jewels thing. Because obviously rap music was incredible. That was a full collaborative effort. But
yeah. No, we went on tour because I dropped a record like.
Yeah, I remember. Yep.
That, you know, we dropped rap music and I dropped Cancer the Cure a week later. It just came out like that. It was just, and we toured together, and obviously we became friends making his record, and he was on my record, and we toured together. We had an amazing time, and we would perform our jams together on stage, and we just became friends. When the tour ended, I told Mike I was going in, and he was like, I just told him I don't know what I'm doing. It's gonna be a mixtape or something, or some little thing I'm gonna drop. I was feeding and putting something out. And he was like, I'll do it with you. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, yeah, come on. He was like, I'll jump on a couple jams. I was like, come through.
#1 album, rap album now.
He came through and the rest is history. I mean, really, that's all it was. I mean, he came through. We had a great time. We made like 5 or 6 records. We tell the story, but it's true. It's like, our friends heard it. A couple of friends of ours that we really love heard what we had done. We'd done like 5 songs, and they were like, "Man, you guys gotta keep going.
do a whole
It'd be
project."
crazy not to make a whole record." And so we did.
What was it about the chemistry though? Because obviously you guys have worked with
Man,
tons
you
of
can't
people.
waste time trying to figure that shit out. It's like, I can't tell you.
It feels good. It feels
I
good.
done dated 100 beautiful women. I can't tell you why my wife is the one.
You
She's
just know.
just is beautiful and more and everything else, but she's just the one. Like
We just fuck
it's
with
just
each other,
peanut butter
man.
and
Like,
jelly, man.
Excuse me, sir. I owe you something. He's got a weird system too. Like it went from $1 to like $4. It's like
You can tell mom did the finance.
yeah. And he's
Mom's
on
like,
it
this
too.
is how you
He's
triple
like,
that
oh,
up
no.
with
Shout out
that
to
shit
Aiden.
every interview.
We just hey man, we're grown ups. We met. We're of similar minds, about a lot of stuff. We had a lot to learn from each other, but we also just there was an excitement about the friendship and the music, and that was really genuine. We honestly just loved the records that we were making. We had a great time touring. When you find that, and we were also in a phase where we were just rolling with it. You know what I mean? We were just rolling with whatever was happening, whatever was good.
And we sound dope together.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing. Like you got it's
Well, that's the real thing.
like you're not smarter than fate.
Hold on, pause.
Pause. Come on.
How do I do that?
No, just keep recording.
All right, man, respect.
No, but
You gonna close the door back so the
Nah,
shower
he's like,
stays.
he's being weird. He wants to just creep over there.
You gotta close the door back so the shower.
Oh, I'm not getting that.
Okay.
Look at you, directing.
I think I do like cameras.
He's like, nah, you're fine.
Yeah, to me, you just if it's right, it's right, and you just keep doing what's right. Don't overthink it. Don't outthink it.
do you think did you feel like finally you found because your raps are like so aggressive.
Yeah.
It's like you get the feeling like when I listen to Metallica when I hear you rapping.
That's a compliment.
And like
Metallica fan.
his beats to me it's like the same shit. It just reminds me of some and I know you guys got Zach on some shit and he came out with y'all, but it just reminds me of that energy from Rage. You know what I'm saying?
I mean that's what I've always wanted, and that's what I found. I say every interview.
Now look, obviously, I volunteered for Bernie. I donated a lot of money to Bernie. You were one of his biggest, supporters publicly. Shit's real fucked up right now.
It's not a quarter, but
I feel like I'm in that movie Idiocracy.
We are.
I wake up every day. I'm like, Jesus, like, what's up with Canada? What's the real estate looking like in Canada, my G? But
You're not the only one that I've been looking at.
but seriously, I mean, obviously, Mike, you've always been extremely politically driven in all your music. That's a reason why I really fuck with you in the first place. But how do you feel about? Well, first of all, let's start with the Bernie thing because a lot of people supported Bernie and were let down with everything that happened with the DNC and obviously him not even getting the nomination. But how do we keep that energy moving forward? And then let's talk about this Donald Trump shit and this Muslim ban. And
I just joined his organization, it's PAC. I joined it, just Our Revolution. He has a book, he has an organization where you can organize locally. You got things in here in Arizona, for African Americans in particular, there's a thing called Impact.
Yep.
That's specifically for you to make an impact on local elections. I tell everybody just get involved locally, whether it's councilmen, whether it's school board, mayorals that are coming up. Like you get it. Like the Sanders campaign has endorsed somebody in Atlanta. You should find out who that is if you're in Atlanta. So that's it.
Participate in the process.
Yeah, exactly. But be an aggravation and be aggressive about it. And in terms of the president we got the president we got. If you don't like what he's doing, take to the streets like you did last night.
Keep doing that. I tell everybody,
make the next 4 years hell.
Make it hell wherever he goes.
That's it. Make it, and not just him. For them.
Straight
Because he belongs to a party.
Yep.
You attack them on all fronts. That's it.
And in 2 years,
you got to go vote.
You got representatives.
Yep.
Absolutely. So there you go.
You're talking to a dude who didn't. You're talking to a dude who a couple years ago would have told you, man, I don't even vote. Literally, just and I'm not ashamed of this because I had a reason behind the way I thought.
Right.
But you're talking to a dude who now is more interested in hurting them at their game than he is in sitting out because if that's the playing field that you're going to be on, just because I don't like the game doesn't mean I'm not going to come and wreck you on it.
Absolutely.
And that's it. You know, I don't like the game, but you know, we're not really playing any games, and I think that we have and I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on a tangent a little bit, but you see what's happening right now, and I don't think it's wrong. Did he not just turn this off, or is it impossible to turn this TV on?
It's impossible.
It's just the great eye. I think that we have the benefit. We're a generation who has the benefit of seeing some realness historically that is not too far away. That is not unrecognizable as a parallel between what could happen in this country now and what has happened just as short as 60 years ago.
Yep.
And I think that there's a mistake being made by these people. The mistake is that they prematurely assume that everybody forgot and that everybody's ignorant of it. They assume that the gap in time has been long enough that people are either uneducated, uninterested, or unwilling to act on and respond to that memory. Even, you know what I mean? The cultural memory, and so I do believe, and it's interesting when you watch it right now. I do believe that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do believe that they're going down. There's a bigger fight is going to go down.
Yes, and if there's a positive to be taken away from him being elected, it's people are activated now. At least you'd like to think. I mean, obviously anybody can post a meme on Instagram, but it feels.
But not anybody can go take over JFK airport.
Take over fucking airport.
Thousands of people. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, I was proud of my city. I'm proud of a lot of these cities in this country. A lot of people, but hey, man, look.
If we all get like that about all oppression ends. And what I mean, if that happens because of stop and frisk, if that happens because of gay marriage, if that happens because of abortion rights, if that happens every single time, what happened last night in defense of those lives, and it should, if that happens every time,
I think
tyranny can't reign.
Atlanta's airport's being protested pretty heavy too, right?
Yeah. Also though, in our mayor, for whatever reason, I saw his wife post, they had officially started coming up with a plan to make sure detainees were not being disrespected, not being with somebody else. So even though there was a federal detention on them, they are one of the airports that seem to have done more to accommodate the detainees. Even though they were following federal guidelines, these people were not mistreated. So
they were being treated like criminals.
Yeah, I just always have to tip my hat anytime I see things like that happen, because our mayor was vehemently against Trump. He was a pro-Hillary guy, still a Democrat, but he was vehemently against Trump. So it's good to see local politicians being courageous and doing that when such a national fever is happening.
And beyond anything, man, like me and Mike get onto the stage every night, and despite the fact that Mike is very legit, like literally politically active, but we're both very sociologically, like we both line, and we've always said things in our music because we care about deeply, and we also we share the same repulsion for people who were abusers of power, for people who would abuse anybody else, and it's something that's driven both of us. What we get on stage every night and we try and instill in people is the idea, that something that Mike's always reiterated, which is that you are actually free, and to remember that that freedom is, and I agree that freedom is not something that you are fighting for. It's actually something you're defending. It's an inalienable right. It's a thing that is a human right that happens when you were born onto this planet. And I think that more than anything, our community, our sense of community, our sense of humanity, these things that exist outside of politics that are not specific to a race, but they're specific to a bigger idea, which is, who are you? Who are we? Are we people who stand by and watch bullies hurt people?
Right.
It's that simple.
Straight up.
Or are we not? And if we are those people, then we better be willing to be caught up too. We better be willing to be trucked off into a fucking camp too. We better be willing to be put down, or we better be willing to stand up. And and so it right now this the reason I've always not been specifically political is just because it's just different upbringings and different perspectives, but also these issues, they float over no matter what. The
no matter what you do,
change, right? But you can always recognize it. This is nothing new. No one's coming up with any new plays.
Right.
This is something that's old, and it's something that's been proven to be defeatable.
Mike, I feel like Rhymefest has ran for office before.
Oh, that's my man. I supported him in that campaign.
Shout out to Rhymefest.
He almost won.
Great guy too, man.
Yeah.
Could you see yourself running for office in the future?
No.
Yes. Don't let it lie. Listen, I put a lot of money into this. I put a lot of money into you. Listen, Run the Jewels can end, okay? But you have to go directly into mayor.
You got to turn from Run the Jewels to run the mayor.
First, I want to thank L for having so much confidence, and T.I., who said I should be the president of hip hop, had got a president elected of the United States. But I think the most you'll see me be is an angry old man on my school board or city council or something. Like, I'll be that mad old guy. Like, I'll be damned if you put a new driveway to the building and the kids don't have books. Like, I'm that guy. I'm not.
And I'll be the dude in the parking lot with the car running. When he gets in the car, I'm gonna be like, "Did you give him help?"
Yeah, exactly.
And he'll be like, "I did."
Hit this blunt.
Good man. Let's go get drunk, man.
I want to be that old rich guy that's that, because I think that at very base level, kids like your kids are genuinely in the now. Not, they're going to change the future. Their mind is different now. My 9-year-old is smarter than me. So if we can just give them a way to fully blossom their mind, I think that that's the thing to do. And I'll be an angry old asshole for that. I'll even give you a good $1 for that one. All right. So, on that level, but I think that, man, I like rapping. I like smoking. I like going to strip clubs with my wife. I like living a very Luke Skywalker, Larry Flint type life. But those are the people that politicize me. I was politicized, as much by Public Enemy and Ice Cube. I was politicized even more watching Uncle Luther Campbell fight the United States government for our First Amendment rights. So, for me, it comes with it. So, I guess I'll be an angry old guy on the school board.
That's beautiful.
And that's the thing about Run the Jewels. It's like, at Run the Jewels, we're not public enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just not.
You guys put out a whole remix album with Cat's Meow.
Yeah, exactly. What'd you think of that?
Right, but we did give the money to the parents of Eric Garner and Mike Brown, and we did give the money to. So we like to use stupidity and fun and dope rap music as an ally, a mechanism, an ally to do things that we believe as men are good. But we're not making our music about, like, this conversation can be had with us.
Right.
We can sit here and have this conversation with you, but we're not going to have this conversation in the form of a song. We're going to make you laugh. We're going to make you jump around. We're going to make you want to punch someone in the face.
For sure.
But we're not going to, we're not going to give you some dry, long conversation about, this type of thing. Because at the end of the day, the only reason we're doing this is because we just happen to be two grown-ups who really do have hearts and really do have minds and think about this stuff, and at the same time we're just making the most fun rap music that we can.
And on another level, man, like they're to me, they're guys who do that shit so good.
Yeah.
You're one of them, though.
I can be for records, but
Reagan and
definitely. But I've always been that in the course of being the total thing.
100%. You're right.
You're like, I'm gonna give you Reagan, but on the same record I got Gucci. On the record before that I got Animal with me and Guwap, and I'm for real about it. But I love guys like Bamboo, Immortal Technique, Brother Ali, Tef Po. I love them so much because they're
Zach De La Rocco's
they're rapping, they're doing it. And I'm active. I'm an activist, but man, they pour everything and that music. So for me, I never would fully stake that claim, because I don't want to take the shine from the people who do it 24 hours a day and are so dope at it. Like, I'm here because Immortal Technique took me out on tour for rap music.
Yeah,
he took me out and got me introduced to not only my audience but more audience.
One of my favorite records.
Exactly. So like for me, man, I gladly celebrate being a part of that in terms of inflecting those values. But I want people to be as into us for knowing you're gonna hear some stupid shit behind this other record, but that's our real personality. But I want you supporting Immortal Technique.
Yeah.
I want you supporting Tempo. I want you supporting Bamboo. I want you supporting.
And at the same time, go support the Migos.
Exactly. No, you can't support it all.
Listen. The thing is like it's time for everybody to tap into who their allies are and what.
Absolutely.
And the fact is that your allies are the people around you. People have to stop requesting that goodness and your allies come in a package that looks familiar to you.
And you smell like sage.
Yeah, you know.
I hate labels within hip hop.
Right.
Like, yo, what's all music?
But even within community too, like let's stop demanding that the people around us who have our backs are people who we are exactly like. That everything that every idea and every interest and hobby and everything and the way that we look at shit lines up. Listen, man, I don't care. You can get saved. You can get saved from a bullet from someone that you don't know, that you've never met. There's no requirement for bravery. There's no requirement for justice of the soul except bravery and justice of the soul. There's nothing else. There's no other personality trait that is required. You know, me and Mike. I firmly believe one of the reasons why Run the Jewels works is because we are funny. And because we talk shit, and because that's the base of it, and at the same time we give ourselves room, personally in our music, we give ourselves room to be assholes. Excuse me, to be assholes. I'm gonna hit you with like $5 to be assholes, but also we are to be allies, to stand up for and that's how we are with each other. You know?
Do you feel like? Since you guys have started making music together, you have like elevated each other's skill set.
Hell yeah!
Because I've been a big fan of LP for a long time, and ever since the Raucous days. And I feel like you're rapping better than you've ever rapped. And I've always thought Killer Mike is one of the nicest on the whole fucking planet.
Thank you so much.
But it's like
steel sharp as steel, man.
Straight up.
Steel sharp as steel.
I always feel like you've also been one of the most underrated producers in the game, LP. With the success of Run the Jewels, has your inbox been flooded by artists that might not have otherwise reached out before the success? Like, are you working with any other artists, or is it strictly Run the Jewels?
If only you knew. If only you knew. I can't say the names.
Right.
But yeah.
I would if it wouldn't make them blush.
I would if it wasn't.
But all the names.
I'll put it to you this way. Yeah.
The big ones.
Yeah, the big ones. You know what I mean?
Big ones.
Like the big ones.
Like when Jay-Z hit Ninth Wonder, once Little Brother was popping. The Brats,
yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that. It's been amazing, but at the same time, like, you know, we've gotten where we are because we've been working on Run the Jewels, and Run the Jewels is my focus. You know, I don't know what to say.
With all the
no, never.
You never know.
Hey, the Kickstarter.
Never that. No.
With all the like, you guys are doing a lot of festivals now.
Yeah.
Coming up, there's a bunch of stuff you guys are working on, but what has been like so far your guys' best moment as Run the Jewels at a live show? What's been that live moment?
Every time we say it, 2 days later it changes. Like I would have told you Philly, Pittsburgh a few nights ago, and then we went to Atlanta and we set the Tabernacle on fire like it hadn't been set on fire since Outkast. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
There have been some shows, though, some iconic ones that I'll if anyone were to write the movie, you know what I mean?
Gotta be part of the movie.
Ones that I would submit for the movie. There was some, just not necessarily because it was a normal great show, but because there was something different about it, something powerful about it. Like when we were in St. Louis the night that the Ferguson burn came down. That was a very powerful moment. You know, it was a very intense and powerful moment where everything felt more magnetized. Everything that we said all of a sudden had more meaning. Everything was, there have been moments where I've been just very blown away. Like, wow, we're somehow finding ourselves in the center of something very powerful. It's historical. And historical. It's not because we didn't create it, but we just found ourselves in these moments, and we were able to stand up and be who we were and have that
at the right time
and have that moment matter. And it felt very much like fate in a weird way. You know, like where it's like, I don't know if that would have been able to been the same if we were young. You know, if we were in our 20s and we had found ourselves at that moment, I don't know if it would have had the same impact. You know, so it's in a way those moments where you find yourself and you're like, wow, everything I've been doing in my life. If anything had changed, I wouldn't have been here with my friend in this moment, and it felt like we needed to be there. You know, there've been some pretty amazing, you know, things.
Talking about the voice that you guys have, and you guys, was there a specific reason on the album why you guys only mentioned Trump once?
Because we're not making a news record. We're making a human record. We're making a fun record. We're making a rap record. Like, he's lucky he got mentioned. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, this is not. We're not making records to reflect what's happening this year. We're making records that we want you to listen to in 20 years. And the same struggles of power and human influence and human, empathy and humor should apply. You know,
and it applies to more than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't the only villain in the comic book.
Yeah,
he's not even close. That's what I'm saying. He's lucky. He's even got that he even got in there in the grand scheme.
Much greater evils than him.
Do you? I mean, I'm asking this off because I don't want to get into some weird conspiracy theory shit. But shout out to Killer Mike. Shout out to LP. The project's out. It's a beautiful, beautiful album, man. If you're in Atlanta, go to the swag shop, get your hair cut.
Yeah, man.
And if you're in New York, go to my deli, Frankel's.
Where's Frankel's?
Frankel's is in Brooklyn. It's on
second best pastrami in New York, according to the
just because they can't not according to Time Out magazine, they can't knock.
So where's your Yelp score at, my G? Where's that Yelp score? You gotta know your Yelp score.
I don't know, man.
4.5 stars.
Hey, I'm a partner. I don't own it. I'm a partner.
It's not your recipe.
Nah, it's not my recipe. But yeah, it is my business though.
There's so much other stuff you guys always, just Run the Jewels has legs. What is coming out? Is there, an app, a video game? I mean, what
Yeah. One thing I'll tell you is that we're doing augmented reality. So anybody who bought the album cover and anybody who bought the CD or anybody who bought anything physical that has the Run the Jewels thing, be it a T-shirt or anything, we have an app that you can download and you can find it on the instructions or whatever on our website. You can get it on your phone and you put that up there and it creates more animated content within that. So in other words, it's going to constantly update. We're going to send you videos. Like if you go right now and you take my phone and you look at the vinyl, you'll see money raining down on the picture.
Oh, wow. That's
what. Yeah. Hey, and I just like to throw this out there as a fan. You guys put out an album through Massive Appeal Records. Nas and Run the Jewels song should fucking happen.
Oh, it will. It will.
For the love of God. All right, go support the album. Appreciate y'all. This chain is heavier. I don't know how you wear it. You can't wear it all day.
No, I only wear it for press.
And if people step out of line, it's also a weapon.
I'll beat you to death.
Beat the shit out of somebody.
But this chain, I will say, if you're in Paris, go to the Louvre Museum. This is actually just not rapper jewelry. It's a piece of art. It's called The Winged Victory of Samothrace for you kids out there. So go Google that.
Shout out to his Rolex. We out.
Rolex.
It's lit.
All right, guys.